Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. This is Dr. Lamarr Renee Spencer, your favorite life alignment strategist and certified life, relationship, and business coach. Absolutely. So, thank you so very much for joining me again. I really appreciate it. And like I said, you always got to put some little disclaimers in there. As time go on, I'm going to start perfecting it a little bit more. And I do listen to all your questions, comments. So if you have, a little something you think can help me get better at this, please feel free to reach out and I will make sure I respond. But thank you, because I always say to learn from projects and people. So here we go today. We're going to talk about something a little different. And I had to dig deep in the crates for this one. This came from empirical research and also talking to my male clients, some of my female clients, and also my family and friends. So today we're going to be talking about why do guys like to be called daddy, or guess what, big papa, whichever one you want to use, the same vernacular. So let me just say this, believe it or not, it's not surprising because daddy is a term really that was used in the sex realm. But some might think it's odd, but it's the truth. Guys like to be called daddy because it gives them a notion of dominance, power, and make them feel like they're the ultimate controller. Yes. So again, we're going to talk about this more, at a later date, because I want to hear what you guys have to say, right? Because, like I said, where I got the information from. But I looked and I found out that this was not a fairly new term. This went back all the way to 1861 when the slang term daddy was first used. So prostitutes used to use this word to refer to their pimps. And then afterward, of course, the pop culture started using it, and it started becoming a thing with television, especially like in comedies. And also people started finding a way to inject the term into lines on TV or social media, Twitter, just to name a few. And then next thing you know, celebrities started using it and just regular people. So again, it's not something that is new. Absolutely not. And, okay, so again, why do they like to be called daddy? So I'm going to give you some authentic facts, I call them. And so the thing is, honestly, being called daddy gives men a sense of respect. So why do men like to be called daddy? Well, it gives them a feeling, like I said, of respect. And I know it sounds a bit weird, but it's the truth. The word daddy symbolizes real respect for her God and for the man that she loves. So in the world of sex, the word daddy will indicate the girl's desire to love and respect the guy even more. And it shows that she's eager to be under that guy's control. So what's the whole frenzy about? Right? So I'm going to tell you. Well, it increases sexual appetite. And it's not surprising because guys want to be dominant, especially in bed. And in this case, when a girl calls a man daddy, that becomes a bit naughty in bed and increases, again, sexual appetite. And yes, it's a simple word that really drives the man crazy and gives them, a sense of dominance, like I just said. Therefore, guys like to be called daddy. And just for that reason, and there's a few others. But absolutely. So, I guess if a woman calling him daddy, he feels like he is a pro at that point. But men feel relevant, powerful, and influential. Why do guys like to be called daddy? Because it makes them feel relevant and powerful again. Relevant because a girl signifies her man's participation in every important matter by saying daddy. Secondly, the girl puts her man in the ultimate position of power. Then she calls her man daddy. And so third, honestly, a guy feels that he has a strong influence over his girl, especially when she calls him what? daddy. Therefore, when a girl calls her guy daddy, she signifies his importance and influence and his power in their relationship. So besides a man that has millions of bosses outside his home, it's also good for him to feel like the boss in his home and also in his bedroom. And yes, so elements of power, relevance, and influence all fall in sync here. That's why I keep reiterating certain words. Absolutely. And men like youthful women, regardless. Not every man wants what they call an L7 or a square. Sometimes they want a woman, that is useful. And when I say useful, I'm not saying that you have to be 20s and 30s or any of that. Useful is not necessarily age, it's the way you act. Okay, so, let's be honest here. Men do like youthful women. It is what it is. Let's call a spade a spade. So therefore, it's obvious that they swoon over and praise what comes to youthful versions of the opposite sex. So when a girl calls her man daddy, she is indicating that she is young and vulnerable, and in this case, needs his care. So the word daddy makes a man feel capable and more in charge and more sensible to care for his younger woman. And then, hey, don't they? Let's just be real, like I said. And also, this is a fact that the men feel younger and stronger, especially around younger women. So it's not surprising or over the top that he loves this. He loves when they call him daddy or big papa. Therefore, guys, they like to be called that because they enjoy it. And it also makes them feel really youthful as well. Makes their little adrenaline goes up as well. So, men, they like to be the king of fantasy. Yeah, they do. So when you call your man daddy, it makes them feel like he is the king of your fantasy. It will make him feel like he is the first-class seducer who is experienced enough to take this girl's virginity. Now, again, I have to preface this again. We're talking about legal age here, okay? Like, well into legal age. So, I want to put that out there because I don't want the Me Too and Time's Up people to be coming after me, okay? So I'm putting that out there. And then also, like I said, back to this, it makes him feel he is the only one to do this. And it's strange how a word can actually change how a man feels and his emotions. And it makes him feel crazy for you. Don't we all want that, ladies? Hey, let's just keep it real. And if you call your man daddy when he feels proud and strong, it will make him feel really like he's sexually in charge of you. And what's more, actually, he feel like he can put it down like a pro. And so, come on now. He feels like he is at the top of your realm of all your fantasies. So, it also reinforces his masculinity. And well, obviously, when a girl knows what her man wants, hey, she knows. And it's a psychological thing too. Because, come on, sex in the arena where a guy can dominate and demonstrate his sexdom, hey, he feels like he is the king. And a girl calling him daddy, other than his real name, enforces his masculinity. He is like the king of no other. Plus, it creates an urge for him to please his girl to prove his skill. Yes! And they need to prove it every time. And so, as I said before, it's an ego booster. It is important just like food, sleep, or work. Come on, let's be real here because, we are consenting adults now. Let's be real. So therefore, calling your guy daddy, probably helps his little libido, too. Come on, in other words. But men like to feel that they are more experienced, especially than the next. And I know it's going to be some guys like, I don't care about that, but you do. You just ain't going to say it, but you do. And so why guys like to be called daddy again? Because it makes them feel more experienced. Again, like I just said, not only in the bedroom, not just that, but in all aspects of his life. And he likes to give really the best advice to his people. So the problem occurs sometimes when it turns into narcissistic behavior, right? Now that is bad. That's not cool at all. And man, we want you to feel dominant. We do. But we don't want you to be like a jerk or a know-it-all. It's not that type of party. We want you to listen to your partner. And of course, it's like an ego booster because, it's all about you too sometimes, right? And so it really is a term of endearment. Now, some may ask, do you call men daddy? And I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. Matter of fact, 1,000. I don't. Well, and the reason why I don't is because in a lot of forms, right, I'm old school. So I never called a man daddy. And so it's not a negative thing with me. I just never did because I always felt, honestly, it was disrespectful to my father and also my stepfather, who I feel were phenomenal men. So I never did, and nor no one asked me to. So, hey, don't ask, and you don't have to worry about me having to explain it. But that's what it is. And again, I always say everything ain't for everybody. So this may be your thing, and it is okay. Whatever floats your boat. But again, like I said, it's a term of endearment. And it is. And, it signifies, like I said, that you are that woman's baby, honey, boo, bae, whatever. And like someone told me years ago, she said, you know what? Bae and boo go a long way. And guess what? She wasn't lying. So, again, it's not a secret anymore that guys like to be called daddy or big papa, whatever it is. And honestly, it's like a pet name, right? So when you show your love to your significant other, you're really showing your love and your admiration for them. So it's not really, like I said, making them feel like they're your daddy or anything like that. But again, this is just my perspective. I'm not always 100% correct, right? And as I said before, it really signifies your woman's submission to her man. That's really what it is. So it's meant really for the both of you to be happy. And like I said, for him to know that, you right by his side, you are her, you're her dominant and the number one. And that's what it is. So, yes, can daddy mean father? Yes. Can it mean, you're in charge? Yes. Can it mean that you're doing a great job? Yes. And that's really why women say it. So it's nothing more, nothing less. But then also, it is possible for you to prove that, you love your significant other. And that's really what it is. And then also, you kind of, giving them a pat on the back, saying, hey, babe, boo, or whatever. You're doing a good job. And that's what it is. And I think so often people look at sex or intimacy like a bad thing or taboo, but it's not. It is something that honestly can be very beautiful. Again, you're loving that person, you're all consenting adults, and that's really what it is. So I know sometimes people frown upon when they hear sex, but it's really not. And I know back in the day, like I said, it was taboo, but it's not. Okay, if you love that person and they love you, hey, it is what it is, and who are we to judge? I always say everything ain't for everybody. So, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, like I said, and you need help with any of this, remember, always reach out to me at drlamarrspencer@gmail.com or on my website at drlamarrspencer.com. Or, of course, you can always reach me on my socials. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can always call me at 973-214-6464. And this topic, if you don't mind, like other topics, hey, let me know. Maybe you want to come on and, do a live event with me or a podcast. I want to hear what you think as well. So, again, thank you so very much for participating and listening to little old me. I appreciate it. Until the next time, you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.